My thoughts on Kanye West interview. I didn't even know he had an interview coming out. I just saw a lot of reaction videos from quite a few people, especially in the Christian circles. Anything that Ye has to say is going to cause some type of reaction in real time, and of course I was interested because I've historically over the past at least 3 or 4 years have been a Kanye apologist or taken up for him, according to a lot of my friends and people I hang around and stuff like that. But and also I'm a writer too, so I just didn't want to be rambling on, kind of giving my thoughts about this. So I'm a read kind of what I wrote down, and we'll just kind of go from there. Not saying how he articulated himself was a direct win to the body, but it sounded like he was being transparent, trying to sound like he was being honest. Like, how many times have we felt God didn't answer our prayers or do something we wanted him to do? Like, all of that is part of the journey and faith walk, but the key is to continue to learn and to hold on to the foundation of your faith. Or you can question everything and start back from ground zero if necessary and see where it goes from there. But we can't dictate every somebody else's journey. I think sometimes we get too self-righteous and forget our own battles and struggles we've had with God, with Jesus. But the difference is with him, with Ye, is that he's doing it in real time in front of the whole world. We're doing it amongst our circle of friends and or a couple thousand people we share stuff with on social media. Ye could be an outcast and turn completely away from God, which maybe that's what it looks like now, but that's his right. Like, if people choose to follow that direction with him, that'll be their delusion as well. But what if at the end of all this is a testimony for the world to see all the phases, all the contradictions and episodes, and still come to the conclusion Jesus is Lord and the only way to God. After all of this, he still chose to die daily and believe his faith means nothing without proper corresponding actions. Like, what if that is where it ended? But sometimes I think we're too caught up on what it looks like right now, like in the moment, which it does look bad, Loki. I can't even, there's no denying that. And it seems he is in a bad place spiritually, but who else has been in a bad place, biblically speaking? Look at David. You know what I mean? That was a man after God's own heart. And of course, you probably heard that before or whatever, but just think about this, man. Like, David was in a bad place. When he turned his back on God, he slept with another man's wife and had him killed. A lot of the Psalms, the book of Psalms in the Bible, was David going through his emotions in real time about his brokenness, questioning God and not knowing what he should do. But we all know how that story ended, so it's all good. And again, I'm not I'm not trying to be an apologist for Ye or anything. I'm just giving the other perspective, other side. 'Cause I think it's enough reaction videos and stuff out there criticizing and condemning Ye. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just saying, like, what if, this is not the end of the story? What if it continues on the journey, the journey part? And basically, and I want to put some scripture on this, basically what I'm saying is James 2. James 2:12 and 13. And I'm going to read that out of the New Living. It says, so whatever you say or whatever you do, remember that you will be judged by the law that sets you free. There will be no mercy for those who have had not shown mercy to others. But if you have been merciful, God will be merciful when he judges you. And I think we need to keep that in mind, when it comes to Ye, because, you know, he's in a whole different stratosphere as far as celebrity and money and trauma. It's like all that stuff put together. And so personally, I have more compassion for him in that, because it's like he's learning all this stuff about Jesus and Christianity and stuff on the fly as he's still in this whole lifestyle that he chose to be in before, he kind of made this decision. And so it's a tug of war, it's a back and forth. But, I'm just saying, what if this is not the end of his story? You know, and I think sometimes we react to Ye or have these sensational reactions toward him, you know, as if whatever he just reacted to, whatever he just said in this interview, that's the end. Like, it doesn't have to be. It may not be. We don't know. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, I think some of us need to kind of take a step back and, just look at it as it being a story. And like I said, at the end of the day, if he chooses to curse God and die, like that's on him, but it doesn't sound like he's completely put God out the window. It just sounds like he has some questions about why didn't this happen, or his expectations. Like he doesn't know some of the deeper things that some of these people having reaction videos about. I think it's easier to come from an area where you're particularly at, and why God didn't answer things, or maybe because you're not doing this, or you're not having faith in that, or God is answering by not answering. You know what I mean? Like, so I just think, I think we need to have a little bit more compassion for Ye, man, and just continue to pray for him, and we just see where the story ends.